So, Shannon, how surprised were you by the Giants' win?
I was shocked. Colt McCoy hadn't had a win since 2014, Skip, and here we are in 2020, and he goes on the road after Seattle had been playing really well, Skip. They went to Philly, and they got a win on the road, and they're coming back home, and you're like, okay, let Russ cook. But Russ been burning the meals lately, Skip. Last 6 weeks, Russ ain't been cooking. Russ been burning meals. So he might need to get out the cooking business. But let's give the Giants credit. Skip, their defense is playing unbelievable. I don't know if there's been a better defense over the last 7 games. 19 points allowed. They got 5 sacks yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, they picked him off again. They're playing unbelievable. Now, they're not scoring a ton of points, but they're not letting you score any points. And so they're hanging around, Skip. And in the last second, they make a play here or there to beat you in the end. And Seattle had several opportunities, Skip. They blocked the punt. The ball was right there laying on the end zone. And they dive on it, and the ball squirts out the end zone. Instead of having a touchdown, you get 2 points. And that's kind of how the game went for them yesterday. Sometimes I think Russ is trying to do too much. But I want to give the Giants credit. Skip, I did not think they would be here after the way the season started for them and Daniel Jones were turning the football over, but their defense have gotten better and better and better. They're getting contributions from Wayne Gallman. He's running the football, and give Colt McCoy credit. But we've talked about this, Skip. Seattle's defense still leaves a lot to be desired. But this is not about the Seahawks. This is about the Giants and going on the road. They're like, man, we want this division. We want it ain't saying much, Skip. But being a division champ, getting a home playoff game, hey, this is prime. This is right for the taking. And give them credit. The Giants played a great game yesterday.
So you're saying the Giants are running away with the NFC East. Is that what I hear?
If you could say running away, how about a brisk walk? They're walking very fast.
And Joe Judge, for whom you had little to no respect early, he's a Coach of the Year candidate now.
I don't know about all that, Skip. I don't think he could be Coach of the Year with 6. I understand he's probably going to win the division with about 6 wins, but I don't know if you can be Coach of the Year, especially with you got the guy in Cleveland, you got Mike Tomlin, you got some other more deserving candidates.
So, even after sleeping on it, I still cannot wrap my mind, my heart, my soul around the fact that Colt McCoy went to Seattle and beat Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Something your guy couldn't do. You know your guy.
My guy was Dak at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Dak was down 30-15 in the third quarter to these guys.
Yeah.
Brought them back, empty calories, didn't win. Couldn't make the play to win the game.
You finally used that, huh?
You've been using it against me. So do you realize that on point spread alone, this tied the biggest upset of the year in being an underdog and winning a road game because they were 10.5-point underdogs going up there.
I think that was like next to the Raiders when they beat the Chiefs the first time in Kansas City.
And the Seattle media is calling this maybe Russell's worst game in the last 3 years. Because they let him throw 43 passes. They ran it only 22 times. And afterwards, Pete Carroll said, well, Chris Carson's a little banged up and Carlos Hyde's still a little nicked. Only 22 runs to let Russ cook us, as you just pointed out, with 43 passes. And you couldn't grand total more than 12 points. I got it. The Giants have a legitimate defense. The Giants have legitimate football character to them because Wayne Gallman, listen, he'll give you whatever he's got, he'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I liked him at Clemson. I like him now, but not to the tune of giving up that many yards.
16 for 135.
Woo, 190 total yards rushing. Are you kidding me?
Even Alfred Morris turned back the hands of time.
It's just hard for me to comprehend that happened in an NFC East that still looked vaguely winnable for my Dallas Cowboys, who had the lone most unexpected win in the division this year when they went up to Minneapolis and beat Minnesota, beat Kirk Cousins in his own backyard, 31-28. Well, I got to give it to you. This is more impressive. This is way bigger and more impressive. I still hang in only because the Cowboys have left on just one loss record
they're gonna beat y'all, Skip.
of the rest of the teams, but they still have the third easiest schedule left in the NFL.
But the Giants gonna beat y'all in New York.
Okay, well, that's the finale.
That's it.
Okay, but remember, The Eagles have the 15th easiest schedule. Now we get all the way down to 20th, and it's the Giants, and 23rd is Washington. So you would say, well, 20th and 23rd should be a hard schedule. So look what the Giants have left. They got Arizona coming up at home, and all of a sudden the Cardinals have lost their way. Once Kyler got his shoulder banged up. They don't look the same. He doesn't look the same. They're not igniting around him. The defense is getting worse by the snap, it looks like. And then come the Cleveland Browns to New York. Well, as you just said, show me, Baker. You know, what do you got?
Yeah.
Can you go on the road and beat a team that's
so now you want Baker to show you.
I do.
Because it'll help your cause.
Okay. And my team tomorrow night has to play at Baltimore. Lamar Jackson reportedly back.
That's an L.
Okay. And a bunch of players starting with Calais Campbell are back on defense.
Yeah.
So will Baltimore be looking more like
Baltimore?
They will. Okay. Will the Giants have to go to Baltimore in their third of their 4 remaining games?
Oh, dang.
And then with those 2 losses, could it set up a Dallas showdown for the end where at least we could play spoiler in it? I don't know.
That's going to, but Skip, everything is going to be predicated on you guys winning tonight. You guys got to win it. Tomorrow, excuse me.
Yeah.
You guys got to win that game.
Yep.
You got to win that game.
Well, obviously, it's sink or swim now.
Well,
just to stay afloat, right? Down, down, down. Okay. Well, you should be right. Before the year started, I circled that game and put a big L beside it, right?
Skip, so I think we're all in agreement. The MVP discussion is over for Russ, right? It's basically, it's a 2-man race right now. Everybody else thinks for participating is Mahomes or Rodgers. That's what the MVP race is.
Okay,
right?
I will buy that. I thought Derrick Henry was still hanging around in there, but maybe...
Skip, unless a running back has an Adrian Peterson 2012, Skip, it's just going to be hard because these quarterback numbers are just getting... I mean, you're going to have 2 guys probably throw for over 40 touchdowns. Mahomes going to be 5,000 yards. It's just going to be so hard unless somebody does what Adrian Peterson does. I just don't see a running back winning an MVP anytime soon, Skip.
Well, all I really care about right now is who will be the Super Bowl MVP. And if it's one of those 2 guys you say are running away with the regular season MVP, then I'll be impressed. Can you be the Super Bowl MVP? Each has one of those. Aaron, long time ago, 10 years ago.
Oh, they about to rename these awards.
Yeah,
They're going to be starting renaming them.
Really? He's going to win, what, 3 in a row, 4 in a row?
If my homeboy get this one, I can see a situation. He's going to pull a Brett Favre. He'll win 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Yeah. You're talking about regular season MVPs or Super Bowl MVPs?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh, he's going to win the Super Bowl, too.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking good in my Super Bowl pick. I got Kansas City, New Orleans.
You look good. I will give you that.
I'm looking pretty good right now.
We have a long way to go, and we'll see. And the Kansas City bandwagon the wheels are starting to wobble a little bit.
Skip, you do realize they're 11-1.
Yeah, but 4 straight wins by a grand total victory margin of 3.8 points a game.
Hey, Jenny, did you hear that? I could have swore he said wins. I could have swore that's what I heard him say. Is that what you said, wins?
Just throwing it in there quickly.
If the Cowboys did win out, that would be 8-8. Would that win the division?
So
is it fair to say you can't write us completely off?
Skip.
8-8. Would 8-8 win it?
You guys have won 1 in a row. That's the best you guys can do. And you talk about winning out.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.